Hi everyone, Diane here, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be painting this Christmas village scene, which I have pre-drawn and which will be available for you as a download from our website, dianeantone.com. So without any further ado, I'm going to get started. I've got my various tools here, which will probably almost certainly be going to use, so I'll talk about those when it comes to it, so you can see what they are right now. I'm going to paint the sky as dark as I possibly can using my Kuretake colours. And I think probably, without going to black, I think indigo is probably going to be the best. So I haven't activated these paints yet. I haven't used them since I came back from Egypt, which means I haven't used them since I went, which was on about the 13th of October. And still they are fine. They haven't dried out or anything like that. So I'm just going to pick up lots and lots of very dark, rich indigo colour, and I'm going to paint the night sky. I've just realised I'm hungry. I'm going to go round the outline of the church. Sounds like a philosophical comment, but it's not meant to be. Yeah, I'm going to go around the outline of the church like that, and maybe I'll just turn the whole thing round to make it easier. I'm going to work on the principle that you don't mind if I don't speak constantly while I'm doing this. I will try to keep you interested by thinking of things to say. The sun is out today, which is nice. We've had a couple of rather damp days, but it seems to have improved. I'm painting over the places where I had indicated the trees because I'm going to put them in using a white pen probably, or something like that. But before I do that, I'll probably put the stars in first that are going to go on the background. So that's nice and dark. And we can let that dry while we go on to the next part. And I mean, it's not entirely, you know, I mean, I'm going to assume that this landscape here, this bit is going to be snowy. So I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. And I might put some colour on that once I finish the rest of it. I'm going to turn my paints round so that I can get to the browns. And I'm going to use things like Indian red for roofs in this little village. I'm going to use a mixture of the earth colours. So that one I think is Indian red. And if you make it thicker, it goes darker. It's like that. So that's two options. That gives us two colours really. And then we could have yellow ochre for example, the walls under here. And I'm going to try to paint round the tree, which we will put in afterwards in some way or other. Maybe we'll paint it green, maybe we'll paint them black or white, or we'll see how it looks. And then there's windows to consider as well. But let's make this into a pleasant experience, shall we? I'm going to go into the purple and mix it with a little bit of burnt sienna for another brown. And we'll put that one there. We put up we might have a grey as well for the sort of slate grey So we'll mix some blue with some black. Pretend that this house has got slate grey. So that's a mixture of ultramarine light and black to make this kind of grey colour. And then we could mix that with a little bit of brown as well to go for a slightly darker grey, a bit more blue in there. So that's another grey colour. Let's put that one down here as different grey. And let's go for a pink. This is Rose Madder Deep. Mix that with a little bit of the grey as well to soften it up a bit. I'm using quite a small brush here, it's number 5 round. And this one I'm going to do in blue as well, or bluish. Let's pick up some of this turquoise, greenish blue colour. Quite a small brush because these areas are relatively small. So I'm going to go to raw umber now for a brown colour, just a proper sort of chocolate brown. And then this one here, maybe we'll go for the Indian red again, mixed with a bit of Rose Madder. And to try and keep it reasonably warm in tone, but with a bit of variety as well. Okay, is that every roof done? Except for the church. So we need to, I think, hopefully that's dry. Leave a little bit of white there and pretend that that's snow. Oh, and we've got a piece of, I think that's a castle sitting there. So we'll just colour that in. And now we need to go to all the walls, and let's start with yellow ochre. So just sort of light beige colour really. And each one we'll just change the colour a little bit. I'm not sure I like that colour. I might add a bit of green to that. And some yellow here perhaps. And once we've got all the colour in, then we can come in and do the details, right? Oh, I know. This is a good colour I have here that I want to use. This is this one here. This is Jaune Brilliant, which is a colour from Holbein, and I'm going to use that for some of the walls of some of the houses here as a basis. I could have used that before. But I didn't remember it. And then I'm going to add that to some pink to give me a beigey kind of colour, beigey skin tone sort of colour. which I think would be quite nice here. And this one here. Let's put this one like that. That's all of them, I think, isn't it? Oh no, wait a minute, there's one there. Shall we do that one in a bluish colour? Bluey, green, turquoisey kind of colour there. Okay, and then that's not dry yet. We'll have to put the hairdryer on. Okay, I've just noticed that I haven't done the walls of the church, so we'll go up there, just paint those in the grey, like that. Okay, so we need some nice bright yellow in some of these windows. So let's pick up some cadmium yellow. Cadmium yellow, yeah. And I'll go around these windows with a pen later. Okay, I need to do something about these chimneys. So I think I'll just pick up some brown or black. Okay, and to give the buildings a bit more realism, we'll just put a little bit of shadow under the eaves. So like this, just doesn't matter what colour you use, any colour will do. Just drag that along under the eaves. And maybe sort of part way down some of the buildings as well. Okay, now we need to do something about, maybe we'll do something about the stars. So we have a different, we'll have various different things that we could do. We could do it with a gel pen like this one, which is a white gel pen. We could do the stars with that. We could do it with the acrylic marker, which would give us larger dots. We could use silver marker pen or a gold one even. Or we could use silver paint. What I might do is try to mix up some of this and see whether we can get a spatter. So I'm just adding water to this. These are MAB paints, MAB. I'm not sure whether she calls herself MAB or MAB. Yeah, so if we just do that, and then we can tap our brush. I'll just test it on a spare piece of paper somewhere. I might have something. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that'll do. So I'll use that to cover up. And then I'm just going to spatter in some stars fairly thickly. You could use a toothbrush if you wanted to, or just do it like that. And then we can just make a larger circle for the moon. We make that silver as well. There we are. Okay, and then what we need to do now is the trees. And again, you have a choice. You can do them in realistic green, or you can do them sort of blackish or white. I did want to put some white ones up on the horizon, but I think what I'm going to do down here is just literally paint them in forest green. That's the name of the colour. And I might put some white on afterwards to look like snow. Let's see how this goes. And maybe we want one in the front. I'm not sure how this is going to finally look, but we'll see. And maybe some doors, maybe a nice red door here. And here perhaps. Why not red? And I put a beam across the top. And underneath we have some window boxes. Nothing in them at the moment because it's winter. Okay. Here comes the hairdryer again. Okay, so in case we forget our trees, I'm going to put them in now. This is a white gel pen from Hybrid Gel. You could call these spindly pines if you wanted to. Let's put one over here as well. Okay, and then I'm going to look for a black pen. Maybe one of the ones that has a brush. Not sure yet. Not sure about that. That might be too much of a good thing. I'm wondering where my my Fudenasuki pen is. Maybe we'll try that because that does go nice and light. So let's start at the top. And we will draw in the windows. And we will make funky lines. So press down, let it go wibbly wobbly as much as you want. Don't try to stick to any preconceived ideas, basically. And we'll just go round the roofs. Christmas is a funny time of year, isn't it? Because a lot of us, as we get older, we don't have much going on in the way of family and so on. Certainly for us, it's just the three of us. And there tend to be, if you allow yourself to, you can get a bit sort of maudlin and depressed if you think too much about, you know, the ghosts of Christmas past and all the rest of it. So, yeah, this is why this kind of thing is so important, because while you're doing it, you forget all of those things that lurk in your subconscious, bringing you sadness. So for a little while, you can get away from it. I mean, there's no point in pretending it doesn't happen, because it does. But we have to fight it, don't we? So the way I do this, I press down quite hard and lift up. So just kind of vary the thickness of the stroke. That way you get much more interest. And you can guarantee that the first one you do will not be as good as the... Well, either... one thing you can guarantee is that it will be different. Either it will be better or worse the second time you have a go at it. Probably better. So don't be too downhearted if you don't like what you do. I often don't. Actually, just put it away for an hour or two and come back and look at it later. Chances are it'll look a lot better. I was just looking at some of the things I did last Christmas that never made it into video because I didn't feel they were good enough. And I'm sort of thinking, I don't know, I think my painting's getting worse every year. Wouldn't be surprising, would it? There we are, so that's that, I've got that. And then we can do things like embellishing with same pen, put some slates on the roof, like that. We can grab our acrylic spotty thing and we can do some snow on the trees. We can put some snow on the roofs, on the chimney tops. Let's say it hadn't snowed much. It's just a little bit hanging around. Just like in England. It's not Canadian, so we just have some snow in a few places. A bit more up here. And we can put a little bit of light blue up here on this snow. So it doesn't look quite so white, because it's just starting to melt, like I said. And we could have, that's not going to show up. Let me see, how can we make that tree have a gold thingy on the top? Maybe silver. Perhaps we'll stick with silver. Perhaps we won't go to gold. And we just want a star. On the top of that tree, and maybe on top of that one. Okay. And we could have on the other roofs, want to make them more interesting, a bit more like that. I don't want to go all out and, put flowers on the roofs and things, because that's a bit ridiculous, but still, nothing wrong with that. But let's just kind of just put something on the roofs. What's on my roof? I don't know. There we are. We're getting there, giving it a little bit more fun. And we could put, we could have little pots of little mini Christmas trees scattered around. Could put some sheep up in the hill if you wanted to. It'd have to be really small. There we are, there's one. Another one here. Well, I think that's about it. I think I'm going to stop now. So there we are, one Christmas snowy landscape for you to have a go at. And hope you enjoyed that. And I will see you again soon. So I'll say bye-bye for now, everybody, and see you tomorrow.